Welcome back everyone. It's been a short while since I've last uploaded a video on YouTube. I know so many of my lovely subscribers commented on my last video that I did a couple weeks back stating that they would love to see a sketchbook tour. I am in the process of making those still, I promise. I have 2 complete sketchbooks to show you guys and I'm so excited to do those. They are in the making and they're nearly ready to be uploaded. I've done them, I was going to do them both in one video, but I've chose to do them separately just because I didn't want it to be too lengthy, and I can be a rambler when it comes to talking, so I didn't want to make them too lengthy and a bit too boring, so I've made sure to kind of split them in 2s. So keep a lookout for those, they are coming, I promise. But I was kind of just having a bit of a wind down the end of September with life in general being really chaotic, and health hasn't been too great for me personally this September. I think there's just a lot of viral things going around. I think everyone's kind of a bit ill and a little bit down, and with having 2 lunar eclipses, and I think we've got a Mercury retrograde coming in November, I feel like the world itself is just a little chaos at the moment. But I decided to have a little bit of like a miniature autumnal break, and I just thought I would make this video for you guys just to show you I still am here, and I promise I am still creating. It's just been a bit of a slower beginning of a month, unfortunately. I kind of had a bit of an art block in September. I just couldn't really bring myself to create anything, and rather than forcing it, I just kind of had a wind down moment, and I thought it was a perfect opportunity with not feeling too well and just my life in general being quite chaotic and just a lot to do. I thought, why not now have a little bit of a social media break? Even though the break was lovely and I did enjoy it and I do feel a little bit better, I'm still kind of haven't got my voice. My voice keeps doing this weird thing where my throat's not really sore, but I'll wake up with a sore throat in the morning, and then like the rest of the day my throat doesn't hurt, but my voice like dips with like a cutting off, and then like I can speak normally and then it goes to breaking again. So I have no idea what that is about. But there's been other things going on, and I just thought having the little break, but I know the algorithm will probably punish me for having that break because my views are a bit chaotic and that, and I know whenever I skip videos I tend to get really low views for the next video, so I already know I'll pay a price for the break. But the break was definitely needed, and I did actually have kind of a nice time just kind of off social media. I haven't posted on any of my art accounts in quite a while, so I do apologise guys. I am still there and I'm still liking and commenting on other people's posts and loving all the videos people's been making, but I just myself haven't been, unfortunately, in the mood to create anything. I've just kind of hit a block, I think. And like I said, September was just such a chaotic month in terms of health and life. I think that kind of just put a downer on things in creativity and kind of put me at a stump. And also I found myself most days just not even having the time to even sit down in my art studio and get anything on the page. The perk to this break though that I want to mention is I did get a lot of journaling and reading done, which was really good. Even though I've only been gone off social media for about 2 weeks, I've managed to read 6 books. I know that might seem a bit insane. Some of the books, 2 of them were smaller books, so they weren't like really chunky, but the other ones were like normal sized books, and I've managed to get 6 read, and I've just loved every moment of it, even though I spent most of my days just with not feeling too great, just kind of chilling and having naps where I could, because I've been really lethargic, and I think it's kind of helped just being able to sleep and just kind of recoup a little bit. I think I need to be a bit like a bear. I think I need hibernation season. Just need to hibernate across the winter. It's getting too cold for me now. And I kind of just dived in with the journaling, and if I did ever have little moments of ideas, even though I didn't feel like painting, if I kind of had anything pop up in my head that would be cool to make as a drawing or a painting, I have been journaling them down and writing different ideas down to remind myself once I was kind of back in my creative flair. Just being able to sit down and just have cups of tea and just chill and wind down and just get a lot of reading done, it was very therapeutic. And I took a lot of photographs of just random spots around my local area where I can walk, and I've just been even just sitting in the garden. I've took up meditating at the moment, and I've kind of been meditating in the garden and in the house sometimes because it's a little bit too cold for me and that, but just being able to sit in the garden and just watch the birds. Since it's coming to winter, they're all starting to come back to the feeders more often, and I've getting some really cute photos of just different scenes. And these past couple of days I have actually managed to feel the want and need to draw and actually get some stuff done. So here you can see I'm doing a loose quick sketch of some rose hips. They are quite common. I don't know whether rose hips you can get in all countries. I'm assuming you can, but in the UK that's what like rose hips look like. They're quite like an unusual plant. They're like these kind of oval sized berries, and I did another sketch which you can see here in my stationery watercolour sketchbook as well of some rose hips. I did 2 sketches of these because I had 2 different photos of the rose hips in my camera roll. And they are like these oval shaped berries on these like kind of like bramble thorny branches, and they have like the odd leaf here and there. So I just did a loose sketch of these. The first one in the Royal Talent sketchbook, which you've seen prior, with the Rosa Gallery and some fine liners, and then in the My Stationery I used some fine liners, and I went in with some of the Cotman watercolours. And then here I just did some common hawthorn. I had some of that in my camera roll off like a little walk I did when I was taking the dog out last week. And I just kind of did a loose sketch of the little branch of berries that come off hawthorn, and I didn't really know what their leaves looked like because I only took a photo of the berries. So I kind of just Googled and kind of did just like a rough guess of what the leaf looked like. So these probably aren't accurate, the leaves, but they're kind of like that similar shape, but the top bit's more like pointed, I would say, and then the bottom leaves are a bit chunkier. Hawthorn's a really pretty plant as well. The berries in autumn obviously just are really vibrant. A lot of like your rose hips, your hawthorn, blackthorn, like all these different types of buried plants and bushes kind of like are so cute in autumn because the leaves obviously start discolouring and go like more of a yellowy green to like an orangey colour, and then the berries just are really vibrant and red, and the autumnal colour palette is just brilliant, I think, and very inspiring in terms of artwork. So yeah, I just got those 2 little loose sketches done as well while I was kind of in my creative flow, and the block was kind of disappearing at this point, so I started doing these from the 1st of October. Like I say, September I was really drained and didn't have any inkling to paint or draw, and then October hit and boom, I was kind of hit with a bit more creativity and kind of started feeling like myself again in terms of my art and things to create. So yeah, they just turned out really cute. They didn't take me too long either. I just kind of did them really loose and just did a loose background colour. I ended up going in with a yellow as well for the background of the hawthorn, and it made it stand out even more, which I loved. And yeah, just kind of had fun playing around with my sketchbook and just kind of putting on the page what I kind of felt like. And I didn't really restrict myself in terms of colours and how to kind of make it look. I just went in and just, if it came out good, it came out good, and if it didn't, then there's no harm in that. That's what a sketchbook's for. But I was happy with how these 2 pieces turned out. So I'm just kind of rambling in the mini art vlog update, and I just thought I would update everyone on little art pieces that I have managed to do. Basically just kind of introduce kind of things I've been up to for the beginning of October. I'm so excited to see other people's videos as well that I follow on YouTube, because autumn is such an inspiring month, I think. I feel like all months and seasons have their perks, but yeah, autumn I think definitely has one of the best colour palettes, I would definitely say. Summer as well, because obviously summer has all the flowers out, but autumn's like all them, like, I don't know, there's something so like cosy about like the yellows and oranges and the greens that come out, and like the reds. I love like a lot of warm tones in my art, so it's like the perfect contrast for that, where summer's like very vibrant, all the colours are kind of out, the pinks, the purples, all the different petals of the flowers. And then winter can be really inspiring as well, but obviously the trees have kind of lost their leaves at that point and everything's a bit more bland in terms of the scenery is more similar because it's all just branches you're seeing, and then you're kind of just more visually seeing the sky because obviously everything's more open and spacious with less foliage around you. So each has the perks, and obviously if you get any snow, then obviously you're in for an absolute treat in terms of things to create, because snowy scenes, for all they might be cold and not the best to be walking around in, are definitely some amazing scenes that you can paint and create and do little cozy artwork pieces and scenes of. And then obviously spring has its perks as well, because that's when all the little baby animals are starting to be born and Easter comes round and everyone kind of is getting the vibe of like, oh, like getting excited for summer. And yeah, everything, basically every season has its positives really, doesn't it? I also just wanted to quickly say a massive thank you for all the lovely support that I get on my channel, and for everyone over the several years that I've been on YouTube. I really do appreciate everyone's comments and this little community that we all have. I have gained some lovely YouTube friends and social media friends, and I just love how supportive everyone is of each other, and it's just such a lovely community. And that also, I think, just inspires you to create even more, because everyone's just so supportive. So once again, I do appreciate it, and thank you so much, guys. I thought I would quickly add these in here. For my little cousin's birthday, we went to a cat cafe. Look at how squidgy and cute these babies are, these little fuzzy babies. The cats in this cafe were all so cute and so sweet. They were really friendly as well, and they all came for their treats. There was a little one sat under my mum's chair, as you can see here. He was so cute. And then here I was doing some little Procreate designs of some bats. And these were just other little snippets. I just wanted to show you guys what I've been up to. Like I say, the cat cafe was so cute. Like, I could have spent all day with the cats. I've never personally had a pet cat, but they're definitely growing on me. I've recently pet sitted for one of my family relatives as well while they were on holiday at the end of September, and I was looking after their cat for them. And they're so funny, because I've only ever had dogs and I've had pet rats and guinea pigs and things like that, but cats are so different. They're quite like independent, but at the same time, like, they give you the attention when they kind of want to give you the attention, and they're very cute with their little chitters and the little like noises they make when they're looking out the window. It's like almost like a little clicking kind of chittery kind of noise, and it was so cute. I took so many cute videos and photos of my relative's cat because they were so funny. Obviously I'm not going to show them in here just for privacy, because obviously the relative's house is exposed in the videos and photos, but it was so cute. I just didn't realise cats made that many different noises. Like, I know cats like meow and things like that, but they were so cute, and like little bubbly noises, like, if that makes any sense. So I just thought that was so cute. To jump onto the little bats that I did on Procreate, I did a couple because I've been to a conference in September at the beginning for Bat Conservation Trust, and I've did like some volunteer work for Bat Conservation Trust before, and different little calendar pieces and a postcard piece for National Bat Monitoring Programme, but it really got me in the mood to draw bats just on my own accord. So I did a couple. I did like a long-eared bat, I did a Debenton bat, a pipistrelle, and I think I put a noctule bat on here as well. And I just thought I'd show you these kind of little bits that I was doing, just to kind of add some more footage in. The little feet are dead cute as well. The little hands on bats are so funny. They're such cute animals as well, and I feel like a lot of people misunderstand bats quite often in that, because I know a lot of people are quite scared of them, but they're such a cute animal, and I think people get shocked actually, like, thinking they're going to be quite bigger than they are, but a lot of UK bat species are really small, so nothing really to be too nervous of. I will also link down below the Bat Conservation Trust website. It's really helpful and I have enjoyed the times that I volunteered for them in terms of the helpline. The helpline is only for the UK and this website's only about UK bat species, but the helpline is a service and it's basically if you find a grounded or injured bat, you can phone them, a volunteer will answer and they basically guide you through the steps of either containing the bat and being able to check if it's injured, and if it is they will give you contact information towards a carer, and it's just a really good support system because in the UK bats are protected by law and it's just like got a lot of useful information. So if anyone's interested in terms of anything wildlife based or where you could volunteer in that, Bat Conservation Trust is a very good one. They do like summer and winter. Bats do hibernate in the winter, so obviously it is less active in terms of helpline and care in the winter, but it's still very interesting. They also have like different sections of the website on different things about bats and different bat groups in the UK, and it's just very cute if you want to have a look at that too. Here was just a little miniature sketchbook tour that I thought I would show you of some of the flowers that I was doing. I really got into making some floral designs. I did get out some metallics. These metallics that I used on the two sunflower paintings were the art studio ones. They were literally £1 from the range and they're really shimmery and they're just like lovely. I think for this one it did end up working out, but the marker was a little too chunky, so I ended up doing a secondary sunflower and using just a thin 0.5 tip fine liner just to see if it looked any better with just a thinner outline. And to be honest, they both kind of work, and adding some metallic kind of just give that like really like illustrative look. And these buttercups were definitely one of my favourite pieces that I did. I loved how they came out. They literally only took me about half an hour to do and they were such a simple little watercolour design, but I think they came out really effective and they turned out really good. And I also found a poppy in my camera roll and I did a poppy as well. The poppies aren't out in the fields anymore for us, but I just did them, and that was basically all the little art pieces that I was doing. This one is the thinner outlined one, which I think worked, but I actually think I liked the chunky Posca outlined sunflower more, but that's just my preference. And then this one was an accident. The first spills I actually did by accident. I tipped my water accidentally on the second drawing where you can see some random thin outlines of sunflowers. And then I ended up just dabbing my brush in some purples and blues and kind of just splattering it across the page to see if it worked. It kind of does, kind of doesn't. I definitely needed to go in with a thicker marker because you can't really see the outlines of sunflowers that I've did on it. But I thought it added a good background having metallics down and then splash effect of some just random watercolour. And yeah guys, that is all I have to show for this little art vlog. I do hope you guys enjoyed and I definitely can't wait to show you my sketchbook tours, and I will see you in next week's video guys. I hope you have a lovely day and I hope you have a lovely end of the week and start to the new week, and I will see you all next week guys. Bye.